was about self-control. Because the scriptures right now, there's some things personally that I am looking at and some things that I am setting more order to, and areas that I'm becoming more disciplined in the sense that being more aware and putting into practice things that I haven't been diligent at. Even if I might have done it in different seasons, I haven't done it consistently and long term. And I know that this is something that I need to do and I'm working on. So I'm kind of looking at diligence. I'm kind of looking at consistency, but I'm also looking at self-control, because sometimes too, it's the decisions that we make to do something, and it's also decisions that we make not to do something. And so we need the Spirit's help to be empowered, but also He empowers us to make the decisions. So we have to be the monitor of our soul and of our minds so that we can make good choices. And so this morning I was looking at a couple scriptures and I thought you might be blessed with them. So in Proverbs it says it's a person who lacks self-control is like a city whose walls are broken down. That means like anything can come in. That means no matter whether it's good or bad, you're not monitoring at the gates and you're not keeping walls around to protect your city. And so let's just use, for instance, like even our bodies. If our bodies are the temple, right, or we're the city of God, that it's broken down and that anything can come in. So we do that? Are we thinking about this being the temple, and are we thinking about honoring God with everything that we do with our temples? So honoring God in the way that we are moving. We talked about moving in Him yesterday, talking about edifying, using our words and our senses that He's given us to glorify Him, so that we speak words of life, that we behold with our eyes life-giving things, and we things that are glorifying to the Lord, that are beautiful in His creation, not things that are sensual or would take us away from the things of His heart. And then even what we put in our mouth, because we can put things in our mouth that are hazardous to us, that are no good for us. And sometimes we don't even realize some of the things. I'm doing a study right now, and there's there's as many types of sugars as there are types of religions or denominations. I mean, it's ridiculous. They hide it under all kinds of different names. And you find it in things like, you're like, why would they even put sugar in that? I mean, it doesn't even make sense. And so we need to be smarter, and we need to ask God how to live in a way that's wise. Kind of like Daniel, when they were captive in Babylon, they still honored the Lord in everything that they did. And so this scripture was just a reminder of that, because I want to be a person who lives as a fortified city, who lives as a strong city, whose temple is honoring to the Lord in all that I do. And so I'm learning as I go, as often you are too, and it might apply to you in different ways. For you, it might be your conversation, that that there's things that like it says in James, that from the same mouth comes blessing and cursing. And you're working on your words. I don't know what the area is that you might be considering as we have this discussion, but I thought this was a great scripture, and that was in Proverbs 25, verse 28. And then we know that this